What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there today, where we have our quick and dirty top 30 running backs here for Week 6 fantasy football. Now, if you're looking for more detailed information on these players, that can be found on the Start Sit video, so make sure you check that one out after this video. But we're not going to waste any time. We're getting right into it. Our quick and dirty top 30 starts right now with number 30. It's going to be Phillip Lindsay of the Denver Broncos, and the reason I got him at 30 is we just don't know what's happening with Melvin Gordon yet. Now, it sounds like there's a possibility that he may not play this week, and if that's the case, Phillip Lindsay will get a bump, but until we get that word, got him sitting right here, number 30. Number 29, Leonard Fournette, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he seems to be back at practice. He seems to be available to play this week. Do we trust Bruce Arians to only give the ball to Ronald Jones? No, we do not. We expect Leonard Fournette to have some type of a role as long as he is healthy enough to receive it. That's why I got him sitting right here, 29. 28, James White, New England Patriots with Cam Newton back under center. In a matchup going up against Denver, I expect them to utilize the short passing game with James White and Julian Edelman, leaving Cam Newton to run wild in the running game and call his own number around the goal line. Got James White at 28. 27, Adrian Peterson, Detroit Lions, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't love the entire backfield of Detroit. However, as of right now, Adrian Peterson leading this backfield in touches in a matchup that's a solid matchup going up against Jacksonville. Got Adrian Peterson at 27. 26, this is where I have Melvin Gordon. And I'm going to put a little asterisk next to his name because there's a chance he doesn't play. And like I said earlier, if he doesn't, Phillip Lindsay will climb his way up until about number 20 or so on this list. Just something we need to pay attention to. 25 is Mark Ingram, Baltimore Ravens, going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Not the easiest of matchups, and this is still the number 2 running team in all of football is Baltimore. And as of right now, Mark Ingram is leading them in touches. Not enough touches to get him a solid ceiling, but a decent floor. Got Mark Ingram sitting right here, 25. 24 is Kenyon Drake, Arizona Cardinals. They play Monday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys, so not a horrible matchup. But Chase Edmonds is still going to be involved. They're going to take away touches from each other, which is going to limit the potential ceiling of them both. As of right now, got Drake at 24. 23, Devonta Freeman, New York Football Giants, going up against the Washington Redskins. And as of right now, Devonta Freeman is the lead back in that backfield, touching the ball right around 15 times a week. That's enough to keep him as a low-end running back too. Got him at 23. 22, that's going to be Darrell Henderson of the Los Angeles Rams going up against the San Francisco 49ers. And this backfield is just, hard to figure out, right? Malcolm Brown, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, they're all involved. But as of right now, the bulk of the touch is going towards Henderson. And this running game has produced pretty solid numbers so far in this young season. Got Darrell Henderson, 22. 21 is going to be Myles Gaskin of the Miami Dolphins going up against the New York Jets. I love the floor of Gaskin on a weekly basis. Where he really struggles is the ceiling, right? How involved is he going to be on a weekly basis in the passing game to really put him over the top? Still a safer play, a RB2 on the week. Got Myles Gaskin at 21. 20, this is where you find Chase Edmonds of the Arizona Cardinals, a few spots higher than Kenyon Drake. Why is he higher than Kenyon Drake? It's because he's the one involved in the passing game. As long as he's getting the passing work, he has the safer floor in that backfield. That's why I got right now Chase Edmonds, number 20. Number 19, Devin Singletary going up against the Kansas City Chiefs Monday Night Football. After a disappointing Week 5, we're not giving up on Devin Singletary altogether. Remember, this guy was a 4th or 5th round pick. We don't need him to be our running back 2 or our running back 1 on our roster. We need a decent flex play from time to time for him to return his value. In a matchup this week against Kansas City, in which they may be forced to throw the ball a little more, got Devin Singletary sitting right here at number 19. Number 18, Antonio Gibson, Washington Football Team going up against the Giants. A decent matchup for Antonio Gibson, and we're looking for him to continue to build upon his touches on a weekly basis. He's approaching that 15 touches a week, which gives him that safe floor. That's what we're looking for right now. Got Antonio Gibson at 18. 17, David Johnson of the Houston Texans going up against the Tennessee Titans. Not the easiest of matchups, whatsoever, but David Johnson continues to just be a weekly solid running back 2 for your roster, which is great because hopefully you drafted him as your running back 3. Sitting right here at 17, makes him that mid running back 2, and that's right where his value is at. Got him at 17. 16, Ronald Jones, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going up against the Green Bay Packers. Talked about this matchup when we talked about Leonard Fournette. I still expect Rojo to get the bulk of the touches in this backfield. However, it's still Rojo, and he's one missed blocking assignment or a drop pass away from giving up work to Leonard Fournette, and that's always in the back of my mind. But for right now, the kid's been playing great. Got him at 16. 15 is David Montgomery, Chicago Bears, a matchup going up against the Carolina Panthers, a matchup that I do not hate this week, and I don't hate it because he's starting to get more and more involved in the passing game. That gives him that safer floor on a weekly basis, and the more he can find the end zone, the higher the ceiling gets. Right now, got David Montgomery, number 15. Number 14, Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts, going up against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I have him a lot lower than a lot of other people do in the industry right now because this backfield is still a mess with Nyheim Hines and Jordan Wilkins, and honestly, they're not committing as much volume to these guys as we had anticipated early in the offseason. They need to continue to feed Taylor. This is the guy who, if he can go out there and get 20 touches a week, is a lock for a top 10 running back. He's just not seen it, and until he does, got him dropped down a few spots to number 14. 13, Todd Gurley, Atlanta Falcons, going up against the Minnesota Vikings, and for right now, Todd Gurley is the bulk of the Atlanta Falcons offense, right? He's the one finding the end zone on a weekly basis, and that's helping him be a solid running back 2 for your team, which is great because a lot of you guys end up getting him right around the 3rd round as your running back 3. If he's your flex play here on a weekly basis, you are more than happy with Todd Gurley's performance so far. Got him at 13. 12 is Joe Mixon. He's got another difficult matchup going up against the Indianapolis Colts. And similar to last week when we saw him, still cross that 10-point threshold, the ceiling's just not going to be there because the matchup is so difficult. I expect something similar here this week going up against Indianapolis. Got Mixon at number 12. 11, Miles Sanders, Philadelphia Eagles, going up against the Baltimore Ravens, so not an easy matchup whatsoever, but he found success in a difficult matchup last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers where he found the end zone a couple of times. He's going to continue to be the number 1 option in this offense until they can get more healthy weapons on the outside. However, the lack of healthy weapons on the outside is keeping defenders in the box, which is limiting his ceiling. That's why he's not higher in the rankings. Got him at number 11. Number 10, James Conner, Pittsburgh Steelers, going up against the Cleveland Browns. A very underrated run defense of the Cleveland Browns. Not an easy matchup by any means. However, the volume is there for James Conner, the involvement in the passing game, and the touchdown upside is always there. Plus, the emergence of one Chase Claypool only gives them another weapon on the outside to pull defenders outside of the box. Got James Conner, number 10. Number 9, Raheem. Yes, I am now a must-start Mostert of the San Francisco 49ers. Have a matchup going up against the Los Angeles Rams, and the creativity with Raheem Mostert on a weekly basis in this offense gives him that safe floor, and the big plays just keep on coming. Love Mostert. Got him at number 9. Number 8 is going to be the backfield of the Carolina Panthers going up against the Chicago Bears. And honestly, as of right now, we just need a little bit more information. If Christian McCaffrey is a 100% practice, full participant by the end of the week, going into the weekend, dude is a full go, he'll go back up towards the top of this list. If he's limited at all, and we expect more of a split in this backfield, this is kind of where we see it, right? Mike Davis performed just fine with no Christian McCaffrey. This backfield is going to be one of those kind of difficult to figure out maybe for the next week or two until we can see Christian McCaffrey fully healthy. But what we do know is whoever's in this backfield is going to produce, and if they're fully healthy, they should be in your lineups. Got them right here, number 8. Number 7, Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers, has a tough matchup going up against Tampa Bay, but honestly, this has everything to do with Aaron Rodgers. He's playing so well that it's pulling defenders out of the box and giving Aaron Jones running lanes for days. The biggest question mark here, why did we see so much Jamal Williams before the bye week? Was it just because the game was out of reach, or is he going to get more work going forward? Something to pay attention to, but as of right now, got Aaron Jones, number 7. Number 6, Alexander Mattison of the Minnesota Vikings going up against the poorest defense of the Atlanta Falcons. And, no Dalvin Cook hurts, but honestly, Alexander Mattison is still a really, really good running back, and he has so many similarities to Dalvin Cook. There's no reason why he can't step into this role and absolutely blow it out of the water in a great matchup. Got Alexander Mattison, number 6. Number 5 is Kareem Hunt of the Cleveland Browns. A difficult matchup going up against Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, but the way that they run the ball in Cleveland and they involve Kareem Hunt in the passing game, put him in the slot, put him in motion at times, really gives him that safer floor, and we already know the ceiling is absolutely huge. Kareem Hunt, number 5. Number 4, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Buffalo Bills Monday Night Football. People are a little bit impatient with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's still struggling to start the season, but he's not playing bad. He's just not finding the end zone and getting those high ceiling games. This week, in a matchup against Buffalo, I expect them to start to utilize him a little bit more in the passing game, giving CEH an opportunity for a bigger week. Got him at number 4. Number 3 may be a surprise to a lot of people, but this is the type of stuff that happens when you got CMCs that are not 100% healthy, Dalvin Cooks who are hurt, Alvin Kamara's are on a bye, Got Josh Jacobs on a bye. That leaves openings for the likes of James Robinson to be number 3 overall here this week of the Jacksonville Jaguars because of the matchup he has going up against the Detroit Lions. Now, if DJ Chark does not go, that could lead more opportunities in the passing game, the short passing game, to James Robinson, which would then in turn raise his ceiling. That's why I like him this week. Got him at number 3. Number 2, Zeke Elliott, Dallas Cowboys, Monday Night Football, going up against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals defense with no Chandler Jones, plus Andy Dalton under center. Do they try to relieve some of the first start pressure from Andy Dalton by leaning a little bit more on the short passing game and the running game of Ezekiel Elliott? I think that's a possibility. Love Zeke's potential to go out there and get 20 to 25 touches again this week. Got him right now, number 2. Number 1 is going to be Derrick Henry, Tennessee Titans. A great matchup for him going up against the Houston Texans, one of the worst run Ds in the NFL. Plus, honestly, the way that Derrick Henry dismissed Josh Norman this past week should bump him up the rankings for everybody a spot or 2, right? We know the touchdown upside is there. We know the volume is there. And right now, Tennessee's defense is playing great. Like Derrick Henry a lot. He's my number 1 running back here, week 6. All right, so that's my quick and dirty top 30 running backs here for week 6 fantasy football. I'm sure you may see it a little bit differently, and that's okay. We're all about trying to get a different perspective on things so we can all make the best decisions possible for our fantasy football teams. But we greatly appreciate the support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, hit the like button for me and consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to 110,000 and would love to hit that here in the next few weeks. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Myself or a member of Headliner Nation will do our best to get as many answered as we possibly can here this week. Hopefully you guys had a great week, and we'll talk to you later.